Welcome. Here we go. We back for the N.y.a show, episode 66. We are here to talk business. Let's get straight into the story this week. I want to talk about what's been going on in the world of music. Spotify stock down 25% as artists lead the platform. Rooms of Foo Fighters departing swirl. So things are heating up. If you don't know more about what I'm talking about today, you will tomorrow and the weeks to follow until it goes in reverse or whatever happens in the wake of both Neil Young and Johnny Mitchell leaving Spotify. The audio streaming platform stock has plummeted about 25%. Wire has reported. Other outlets are reporting that Spotify loses $4 billion in marketing value following Neil Young controversy. Why is there a controversy that you may ask? There's a controversy because Neil Young does not like what's being promoted on the Joe Rogan podcast, which is on Spotify. Joe Rogan has a deal with Spotify that's worth a lot of millions. He garners about 11 million listens every episode. And he's over the last couple of months, so last month, they say people are coming together trying to stop Spotify from distributing Joe Rogan, saying that he's contributed to misinformation about vaccines. Joe Rogan came out today with some form of apology that says, like, here it goes. Joe Rogan claims he's not trying to promote misinformation. When we're speaking about this subject, and more so related to how you go about different things like this, there was a situation in the past where artists said, hey, these the platform came around and said, you know what, we're going to play the moral game and we're going to take people off of our platform. They did it. They took R. Kelly off. Spotify took R. Kelly off and they had to reverse it. And they took XXX or God bless the XXX Tentacion. They took him off the streaming platforms and said, we're not going to, they've either been accused of doing something that we don't support, or, you know what I'm saying, or, and a lot of these people weren't convicted of anything, but they have been accused. So they said, we're going to completely take them off the platform. I'm sorry, excuse me. We're going to take them out of the algorithm to play freely. And that really hurts artists too, because I'm not playing freely in the shuffle. I'm not really making that, money unless people directly come and listen to me, of course. So this is what they did. And of course, they said, well, if you're going to do that with them, if you want to do that with XXX and R. Kelly, they said, what about Michael Jackson? What about Tupac? What about Chris Brown? They start popping all these names. What about Dr. Dre? They start popping all these names out, and they said, whoa. So they came back, and that's, I believe, is when they rolled out the mute or the block button. So it's like, you don't see this person at all, nothing related to them. They don't come on in your spins, your shuffles, your mixes, your radio play, nothing. That's what you did to block them out. They came up with that. In this case, there's the artists who are saying, we're going to pull out stuff from Spotify. N.y.a came out and she did the same thing. She said, you know what? I don't support what is being shared on Spotify by their support of Joe Rogan. So I'm going to pull my stuff. And they expect that more artists are going to do this same thing. But as I mentioned before, and what Spotify had to come out and say is that because of the May 10 policy, this is read back a couple years ago, Spotify has said other artists were mistakes in their youth would be used against them. That's not what Spotify is about. We don't aim to play judge and jury. We aim to connect artists to fans. So they went ahead and said, we're going to just take our nose. We're going to take our nose out of this. See, went back, reversed the whole thing. We're going to take our nose out of this. In this situation here, artists are going to pull out, but you can't run. You run to these other platforms like Apple made a joke like, hey, welcome Neil Young over to Apple Music. Listen to him on Apple Music, but you can't go play the moral ground. All of them are using some form of labor, if you want to get down to it. That's not what you probably wouldn't go for in real life to make these products that you love. It's somebody being underpaid for us to get these products so cheap, so-called cheap, and things of that nature. So you run from Spotify, you run to Apple, but Apple's not all the way clean. You run the Title's not all the way clean. You run the YouTube's not all the way clean. So we choose what we want to play the moral games with as well. But you have the right to pick. They said that Spotify has the right to do what they want as far as support, and I know they don't want to pay Joe Rogan all that money if they take them off, but we have the right to. They have the right to bring whoever they want on their platform, just as right. I have the right to take my music to where I feel like more people, are supporting or doing the things in vain of what I support. So they took their music and they said, I'm bouncing. Other people that own their music, they said they bouncing. Some of y'all can't take y'all music nowhere because you don't own it. So like you may be upset about anything that's going on, but you can't really take your music anywhere because it's owned by a label or something of that sort. I know it's a lot of people in that predicament, but let me know your thoughts on this. Do you side with artists that are saying, hey, I don't like misinformation being spread related to this? So basically, I don't like your support of this person. So I'm going to pull my whole catalog, everything about me off your platform. I'm just going to have it on all the other platforms. Some Taylor Swift has done this in the past. She said Spotify wasn't paying people right, wasn't paying the artists right. She pulled her catalog off. But sometime last year, I believe, or the year before, her music has returned to the platform. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think that it's a good idea when it comes to pulling your music off the platform? I don't rock with that. I'm pulling it off. Or do you say, well, if I do that and try and go there, I gotta play the moral game over here and over there about this thing, over that thing. Is it more about the music, creative spirit, and enjoying the music, or is it about how everybody feels about everything outside of music? Y'all let me know. It's the N.y.a Show 66, and I am out, and I appreciate y'all so much.